as we have been in the crucial part of the teaching, that Adi Shankaracharya highlights very carefully that in kārye there is status of Kāraṇaṁ, or the guna of the cause is inherent in the product, but not in other way around. Because he wants to establish that we have to learn to see the Kāraṇaṁ without kārye. And that has to be our approach, that has to be the goal. In fact, today I was, while thinking this point, I was thinking a person or place is not inherently special. It is our emotional attachment that gives them significance. The moment one detaches oneself emotionally, the person will start seeing how ordinary they truly are. It means it was never their greatness or uniqueness, but it is our attachment often mistaken for love, and that elevated them to a place of importance in our life. That means in Kāraṇaṁ always I see kārye. Coming to this example, instead of seeing the clay, if I start seeing only doll, not only doll, the color combination, made up of which state or which country, this cloth. So people don't buy the cloth, they buy the brand. Ladies especially, Gucci and whatnot, okay? There's few brands I know, nothing more, okay? So that means what? Kāryam is important than the Kāraṇaṁ. And if you start saying that, look, I don't need this clay to exist here because of the, kārye, the product, this Tanjavur doll, whatever, that's why I see. And for you, if the product is more important than the cause, that means what? You are giving emotional connection to anything and everything. And if you are emotionally attached to anything or anybody, definitely you don't see the truth, you don't see the reality. Only you try to see your projection. And in fact, whole life you map with your emotions. And when you keep mapping with your emotions, then what happens? You know better what happens. That's why the concept was very clear. In kārye there is Kāraṇaṁ, but in Kāraṇaṁ there is no kārye. Kāraṇa can exist independent of kārye, whereas kārye cannot exist without Kāraṇaṁ. There is no independence at all. So the more I understand this, the more I will be able to manage my emotional aspect. That's why I have mentioned earlier very carefully. I go through emotional turmoils because of lack of cognitive change. Because I never look at situation, things, people cognitively. Always my approach through the emotion, and I take the help of cognitive faculty to support, to strengthen my emotion. And when I work only to strengthen my emotional faculty, I remain emotional person throughout my life. One need to go to cognitive level. Only a cognitive person can look at emotions as emotion, not other way around. You cannot use your cognitive faculty for your emotion. You can see emotions through your cognitive faculty, but you cannot use cognition or cognitive faculty for your emotion. And this can happen when I start focusing more and more on Kāraṇaṁ. And interestingly, what is Kāraṇaṁ? So I am the Kāraṇaṁ, and this body-mind complex is nothing but called kārye. Let us read. Atha śuddhaṁ bhavet vastu yadvai vācāmagocharam drashtabhyam mrudghatenaiva drushtantena punah punah. Look, one also need to understand. Atha, then, yadvai śuddhaṁ vācāṁ agocharam vastu iti. The truth, the reality is beyond the capacity of vācāṁ, speech. And this is to be understood more and more in a better way through the example mrud and ghat, the clay and pot, not once or twice, punah punah, again and again. How? Here, very nicely, what we called as adhyaropa apavada. So adhyaropa means erroneous superimposition. First, as we discussed, we accepted this is a doll. The name and form both are imposed on this clay, and of course other attributes like speciality of this doll from Tanjore, color combinations, and Tanjore touch of this, paintings. So all these are accepted, and this is nothing called adhyaropa. So first we accept. Then what we do? We do the apavadam. We negate. Hey, look, there is nothing called here doll. It has got nominal existence. It has got experiential existence. But in reality, there is nothing called doll. If it really remains in reality, it should remain all the time. By mistake, if it falls from my hand, I will not do it, okay? What will happen? So where is the doll? Is there any doll? You may say, yeah, Swamiji, this is broken doll, okay? Because if you are an emotional person, like a child, Swamiji, this is broken doll. Okay, thank you. Now, I again smash it. Again you can say, no, Swamiji, that broken doll powder, okay? Then I will say, thank you. Don't come for Vedanta, go to pub, okay? However, joke apart. This adhyaropa apavada methodology of teaching makes you to understand that how to bring cognitive change without changing anything, without destroying anything. This is the beauty in Vedanta. Any religion, including Hinduism, there is only negation. And what is the best negation? So what you negate here when you are alive, you will get everything in heaven. It's amazing, okay? But in Vedanta, yes, we also do the negation. Not this ordinary negation, but we negate the superimposition, means the emotional negation. The emotional attachment that we develop, that we think this is the truth, this is the reality. In fact, this gives me the strength. That's why they will say, look, Mayavadins are dried people. Very dry Vedanta. Suska Vedanta, they will say. Vedanta is Suska. This is the exact word they use. It's very dry. It is better to be born a devotee. Good, nothing wrong in it. Remain a devotee. But don't poke your nose in others' devotees' mind, okay? In other devotees' business. However, here we say that this cognitive change is most important aspect in life. We all have learned, not that we have not learned. Our teacher in the school days, in our, pre-nursery schools, especially those days, or in Pathshalas, whatever, we all have gone through this stage, this verse exactly. What happens? We make noise. So when we make noise, the teacher comes in. He says, silence. He shouts at us, silence, silence, silence. How long? Till we are silent. The moment we all are silent, the teacher drops the word silence also. Suppose we all are silent, but the teacher continues the word silent, 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 then what will happen? Be silent or silence, silence. Then we have to bring a silencer, okay? Silencer, what is the silencer? That's okay. It's very nice. In India, we see this. Youngsters, when they go this bike, brrr, sometimes, they remove the silencer so that it will be big noise to be visible everywhere. Means they can be noticed. Amazing. And once they see police, you know how they behave, okay? That's another level. So we have to put a silencer in the mouth of the teacher, okay? After we all being silent, the teacher keeps saying silence, silence. But it never happens. The moment we become silent, the teacher drops the word silence. In fact, teacher knows even if we talk, still he drops the word silence. Okay, you do whatever, continue. Manageable silence, that's enough. That is called the teacher's maturity. That is what is being highlighted here in this verse. Drashtavyam mrut ghatane drushtantena punaha punaha. The relationship between clay and pot, this kārye kārana sambandha, to be understood, to be examined, to be visualized again and again through this adhyaropa apavada methodology of teaching, so that we understand atha śuddha bhavet vastuhu. The vastu is pure, free from everything, including all our speech. And this is to be imbibed. That's why we say that is called the real sannyasa. That yah tyajyati, the one who keeps giving up everything, that to be given up, means the giver to be given up. Until and unless the giver is being given up, that is not giving up either. That is the real giving. And once the giver is being given up, the person becomes completely free from any sense of giving. And that is what here it means. Allow the vastu, allow the reality to continue as it is, because it is real, it is pure. It is me who contaminates. It is me who adds the flavor into it. It is me, because of my emotional attachment, I look at things differently. I present things differently. That's why when we look at Shastra, we look at very carefully, not politics, okay? Please understand. Country, looking at country can be different. Because there is emotional involvement. Including your house, you can look at differently. All your relationship, you can look at differently. Because it is nothing but full of emotions. Somebody said, Swamiji, you are teaching wrongly. Because if we don't have if we don't have emotions, there cannot be any relationship. At least that gives us satisfaction. That gives us, some type of interest in living our life. Good, continue, but don't complain, okay? Enjoy. Who says no? But when you complain, why the complaint comes? Then you can say, Swami, that's why we don't complain you, okay? Then I say, okay, thank you. I should not talk, okay? So, in short, that how this emotional attachment that affects my cognitive approach. And everywhere I see erroneous things. And I always work to strengthen or to derive security from my erroneous perception. And whole life I am just working to justify, verify my erroneous perceptions. Is it not happening? And if this is happening, is it healthy? And that is what the teaching is. Continuing, next verse, nothing much. Anenaiva prakāreṇa vṛttir brahmātmikā bhavet Udeti śuddha cittānāṁ vṛtti jñānaṁ tataḥ param. Again, he says to say, look, there is no other method. Anenaiva prakāreṇa vṛtti brahmātmikā bhavet. This brahmaksha vṛtti, the jñānaṁ, vṛtti means here jñānaṁ. This brahma jñānaṁ, you can use the word in one line. Brahma jñānaṁ can happen only in this way. Means what? Jnanena eva moksha. In fact, first we say jnanena eva. So means by jnanam, by knowledge, only liberation. Later on, do you know what we say? We remove tritiya vibhakti. There is no by. We say jnanam indeed. Jnanam eva moksha. The knowledge indeed is liberation. And how? Where we say? In the beginning we say, by the help of cognitive change, I rectify my emotional issues. Like, I'll give you the example, our common popular example. Your ring that was missing, and you started suspecting your maid servant. But finally you discovered the ring was underneath your pillow. The moment you discovered the ring was underneath pillow, the cognitive change took place. Now by the cognitive change, now are you able to handle your emotional turmoils or not? The emotions, the projections that you had for your this person, this maid servant, now vanishes. So in the beginning stages we say, by cognitive change, we handle emotional issues. Not by practicing, remember? Yes, practicing helps to subside. Practicing helps to suppress. Practicing helps to, divert. Maybe practicing helps to have strength to go for cognitive change, or at least to look at the emotions. But not by mere practicing, anything can happen. And later on what we say, this is the emotional level issues. Later on we say, look, the cognitive change itself is freedom from emotional issues. The moment you have cognitive change, instantly, how? We'll give the beautiful example. You are too much interested to drink, a juice, especially in summer. So you discover, come to your home, and you like orange juice, and you see there is orange juice in front of the table. What you will do? Straight away you will grab it. And you are about to drink. Somebody says, no. You get angry. You say, why? What not? Now the person says, in fact, there was a lizard fell inside. Just now I removed that lizard. Instantly, the moment you have this cognitive change, that itself makes you free from emotional attachment with juice that moment or not, from the orange juice or not. So the cognitive change itself takes care. That's why the shift has to take place. First we use, by the help of cognitive change, you take care of emotional issues. Later on we say, look, cognitive change itself is freedom from emotional issues. So the moment you know that cognitive change itself is the freedom of your emotional issues, that means what? You do not work on practice, you work on your cognitive change. It's a big step to look for. And that is what is being highlighted here, that jnanena eva moksha, in the beginning stages we say. By the help of jnanam, one will gain liberation. One will attain liberation. But later on we say what? It's not jnanena eva, jnanam eva iti. The knowledge itself is liberation. It's not that by the help of, you need, knowledge is different, and what is called? the liberation is different. In fact, jñānaṁ itself. That's why he says, Anenaiva prakāreṇa vṛttir brahmātmikā bhavet. Udeti, śuddha, cittānāṁ. That can happen only to those people. Those cittānāṁ is śuddham. So whose mind is citta, is śuddha, free. Also you can look at little emotionally here. Citta means memory. So cittam is taken as mind, but I am just trying to stretch a little bit, okay? Cittam means also memory. The memory that is pure. How the memory is pure? When your memory is free from what? You. Get the point? Whenever memory pops in, you are there or not? Have you ever seen memory keeping yourself away from memory? It's a very good exercise. Recollecting a memory, keeping yourself out of that memory. And when you start doing it, you will start learning that the memory cannot affect you. And slowly that memory will become pure. So here, śuddha cittānāṁ means those whose mind is prepared, those whose mind is pure. That's why what? Citta śuddhyartham mamopāta samasta duritakṣaya dvara Shri Parameswara prityartham citta śuddhyartham. So here this cittam, citta śuddhānāṁ, śuddha cittānāṁ. So śuddha cittānāṁ, the beauty in Sanskrit is anyway you take it, no problem, okay? Unlike English or any other language. And then he says, vṛtti jñānaṁ tataḥ param. Only those people, please understand, only they will be able to understand and they will, be one with vṛtti jñānaṁ, unlike any other knowledge. Like microbiology vṛtti is not going to make you microbiology. You will become a microbiologist, not microbiology. Thank God, okay? Look, you start studying small insect, small insect, then you become that. What a disaster. You start studying this botany, you become a tree. Sometimes you become tree, don't worry, okay? Nothing enters, nothing happens. Or you start studying animal, you become animal. If that happens, will anybody start studying animal kingdom? Better, the way I am, I cannot handle. Why to add problem in my life? Here, he says, look. Here, one becomes vṛtti jñānaṁ, brings brahma jñānaṁ. Means here, there is no difference. That's why that jñānaṁ itself moksha, jñānaṁ itself brahma. That's why satyam jñānaṁ anantam brahma. In Taittiriya Upanishad itself will come. Where the satyam, jñānaṁ and anantam brahma, this satyam, jñānaṁ and anantam, these three are not adjective to brahma. This is the problem in English. If it becomes adjective, then it's a problem. Then guna guni svabhava, lot of other complications will come. So it is not. So we say paryayavachaka, synonyms. Because from different angle it has been pointed out. That's why Swami Chinmayananda Maharaj, those days when he used to speak in English, especially when India got independent. So when he was speaking English, very good English. So always he will say, when you are frustrated, when you are perturbed, when you are disturbed, when you are agitated. So he will give, 3-4 words for each word. So whatever you understand, absolutely no problem. And if you don't understand, at least pick up word from his class. Many people used to attend his class, not for Vedanta, to learn English. He had his own way of articulation, amazing. So how this paryayavachaka, we use the word, synonyms. So also here satyam, jnanam, anantam is paryayavachaka of Brahma. So when this happens, then what happens? The mind starts looking at what? Most important thing is, mind always look at the Kāraṇaṁ, not kārye. So always you look at gold, not ornament. Suppose if you are looking at ornament, based on ornament plus gold. You understand? Ornament plus gold. That means what? Long way to travel. Yes, Swamiji. And some people know, especially, I only look at ornament. I don't bother about gold. Then you know better what happens. And here, while talking this thing, so what is to be done? So that means what? This mainly the point is adhyaropa and apavada methodology to be reminded again and again. And when this is being done, the vṛtti jñānaṁ of Brahman will arise, because the jñānaṁ is there. It is like I am standing in front of the mirror. The reflection is happening. It is not I create a reflection in the mirror. No, it is there. But because of a thick layer of dust, my reflection is not visible to me. But still reflection is there, continuing. So when I clean the mirror, not that I am creating my reflection. By removing the dust, reflection is visible. So also, me being Brahman is not created by teaching. Teaching doesn't give you another idea. Oh, earlier I was mundane, now I am spiritual. Because I am attending Vedanta class, okay? It does not give you another identity, another idea. I am a Vedantin. Unless you have some other agenda with Vedanta or Vedanta classes. That's why one has to be very clear with this approach. And once this happens, they says, look, automatically vṛtti jñānaṁ of Brahman arises, and Brahman being our own nature, that too a real nature, it will be there all the time. More of it, we'll see.